What's going on, friends? One of the best Harley-Davidsons out there to get if you're really undecided on what kind of Harley you want. Get a Harley-Davidson Road King. These bikes have been around a long time. They've been through a lot of different changes throughout the years as far as styling goes. And not to mention, when it comes to the Road King, you've got just about the widest variety of Harley-Davidson engines to possibly choose from, depending on what year you pick. The Road King came to us in 1994, which replaced the outgoing Electra Glide Sport. Now, in typical Harley-Davidson fashion, if you were to look at these bikes side by side, they're very, very similar, just with some different styling cues. But hey, that's just Harley-Davidson. The Road King is the most stripped-back Harley touring bike that you can possibly get. But when it comes to that, is it really a touring bike, or is it more of a cruiser? Well, honestly, it could be either one, just depending on how you look at it. Now, when it comes to the Road King, I love the Road King just for the simple fact that this is the most cost-effective way to actually get yourself a Harley-Davidson that is built on the touring platform. Now, you're getting this bike built on the touring platform, which you can dress this thing up with a tour pack, add additional storage. There's a lot of things you can do with it for the long haul that you don't have to deal with if you just want to cruise and run around town, hit some bike nights. You don't have to worry about stripping off all those additional accessories. Now, these bikes look right at home with or without the windshield on them, and I get it. Not everybody likes to look at the windshield, and to that same effect, not everybody likes having a big fairing out in front of them. I know some of you guys might be a little weird like me, and you kind of like to see what's directly in front of you on the road and not looking over something out down the road a little ways. I'm weird. I like to see what's right there in front of me. So far, everything sounds really good about the Road King. But if you're looking at a used Road King, you really want to make sure that you're buying the bike that looks good to you. And not only that, you want to make sure you're getting a year range of the Road King that's actually going to fit for you as well. Guys, please don't forget, if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already. In 1994, when the Road King came out, this was introduced with kind of the last evolution of the Evolution engine, no pun intended, but the Evolution engine of this year was probably one of the better ones out there except for one thing. The only issue I have with the Evolution engine in this time frame, this last generation of them, was the I&A cam bearing, and that is one thing that you would definitely want to swap out. Swap out that inner cam bearing, go back to the Torrington style with the more needle bearings in it, save yourself a lot of potential headache. 1994, 1995, Road Kings are carbureted, which this is a good thing. Now, 1996, we had a new option added. You could still get a carbureted one, but they had the FLHRI, fuel injected, Magneti Marelli on an Evo. Be very careful with these. You want to watch out for these. I'm not saying they're bad bikes. Magneti Marelli was a great system at the time. But when it comes to Magneti Marelli, works great when it works, but if it doesn't, parts are obsolete, and your only options are going to be basically to convert this over to a carburetor or go out and spend about $2,500 to $3,000 and get you a Zippers Delphi conversion kit for that Magneti Marelli system. That is definitely something to keep in mind on these older Road Kings. Yes, they sell cheaper due to their age, but how much money do you want to put into it, especially just in a fuel system? Carb conversion's not so bad as far as cost. Magneti Marelli system, great system, works awesome on the Evo, but it's expensive. 1999, Road King receives the Twin Cam 88. Two things we got to remember here for looking at these bikes. Fuel injection systems in 1999 and 2000 were Magneti Marelli on the Twin Cam 88. And not only that, cam chain tensioners got to be a concern on the 88. Be aware of that. I know most of you are, but still it's something that you're going to want to be aware of and check. 2001 and up Road Kings, fuel injected. No problems there. Still have the carbureted option. They have the Delphi fuel injection system on 2001 and newer. But once again, cam chain tensioners are still going to be the issue, especially on these pre-2003 models. So when it comes to the Road King between 1999 and 2001, those early models, cam chain tensioners were a big issue on those. You're really going to want to inspect them, and even better, just for peace of mind on any of those 88s, go ahead and convert that over to a hydraulic system, throw some fresh cams in there, be worth your time and money. 99 to 01 Road Kings, these are also going to have that highly sought after heavy duty bottom end with the Timken bearings. Now in 2003, that's when we're going to have the pressed cranks with the roller bearings and the higher inevitable run out. Now 2003 to 2006 models, you're still going to have the carburetor option, although fuel injection on these bikes is good. It's all Delphi, but as you know, 2007 and up, fuel injection is going to be mandatory on all these bikes unless somebody's converted it over to a carburetor along the way. Now, as I mentioned, Road Kings have a lot of engine options. We have the Evo, we have the Twin Cam 88. 2003 on that CVO Screamin Eagle version, we saw the Screamin Eagle 103, and I've done a whole video on how that engine actually differs from the later production Twin Cam 103. They're not the same. It's actually a little hotter in some ways. Now, of course, 2007 and ups, these are going to have the Twin Cam 96 in it. Now, if you're lucky enough to find a 2008 or later CVO Road King, those are going to have the Screamin Eagle 110 in them. That's actually a pretty decent motor. It's got its issues, but it's not a bad engine in my opinion. Now, if you guys are more interested in the updated touring frame, 2009 and up models, these are going to have that updated touring frame where they kind of took care of a lot of those little Harley wobble issues that I highlighted in another video as well. By 2012, the Road King has got the Twin Cam 103 in it. And in my opinion, that is the absolute pinnacle of the 103, was the 2012 all the way to the end of its production, eventually in 2018. That engine is when Harley-Davidson got it right before they switched to the Milwaukee 8. 2014 and newer models, these are going to have all the benefits of the Rushmore project, all the ergonomics, all the little changes, including the high output Twin Cam 103. And just a side note, if you guys would like a video on the Rushmore project and what all that entailed and what all changes were made, let me know down in the comments. 2012 to 2016, 103 engine, bikes are pretty much relatively unchanged until 2014 with the Rushmore project. Then we hit 2017. The Rushmore bikes get updated with the Milwaukee 8 107 engine. Now, also that year, they released a more updated version of the Road King in the Road King Special with all the blacked out finishes. Now, keep in mind that the Road King, the non-special version, this only got the Milwaukee 8 107. If you want a 114, you would have to get that in the special. But even the special had the 107 up until the 2019 model year. 2019 and up, Road King Specials, those are going to have the 114 in them. Now, of course, there is always the big bore option with any Road King, with any engine in it. You can make it exactly what you want, and that is what Harley-Davidson is all about. The Road King has been an extremely popular, long-running model for Harley-Davidson, and for good reason. Your main goal is to go out and find one that's got the right color, the right year that suits you, and just keep in mind a lot of the things that we talked about in this video regarding the mechanicals. Those are going to be your main things to focus on with these bikes. And I say that because I've seen too many people go out and buy an 88, didn't know anything about the tensioners or any of the little nuances of the year they bought, and they ended up having to put about a $4,500 motor in a bike that they just spent $4,500 for. Now let's not forget about the police Road Kings either. These bikes are everywhere out there and they sell for a pretty fair price. You can get these bikes and ride them as is, or they're an excellent platform to customize on. Guys, let me know your opinion about the Road King down in the comments. I've heard very few bad words ever spoken about a Harley-Davidson Road King, but I want to hear your thoughts. If you guys got something bad to say about the Harley Road King, I want to hear it down in the comments, because most of what I've heard has been all good. But anyhow, guys, that's all I've got for you this week. If you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button, and consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already. But till next week, guys, you stay safe on the streets, ride smart, dodge those cars, have a great 4th of July holiday weekend, and I'll catch you guys back here next week with a brand new video. Thanks for watching.